To all of my former, current, and future students and clients, to quote the Golden Girls theme song, and one of my favorite characters a little bit, thank you for being a friend. Dorothy Zbornak, you're cut off to help the world. May have been the 10th grade. Jenna O'Malley's finding hers might be different depending on who she's talking to. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of a glimpse at my reintroduction, again, to YouTube and what my value proposition is. Hello there, everybody. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Alongside the raw, healing stories my characters weave throughout time and space, I help other soul bards and hardies, lovelies, sunwalkers, and more, such as yourselves, find a little bit more soul in what you create and what you express into the world. My value proposition, a reintroduction. Welcome, everybody. So what do I intend to do, not just part of my existence here on this channel, but also as part of my existence as an author, a former teacher, because this is what got me into teaching English in the first place. A little bit about Dorothy Zbornak, inspiring that here a little bit later. And then, of course, my coaching, my editing, my stories, my plots, they all revolve around one intention: to make the world a little bit happier, safer, and welcoming for everybody to express and create, no matter what their craft is, from the soul. That's my medicine. That sounds a little woo-woo. I kind of got that feedback from a professor when I was doing my master's in education in college about, now, goodness, 13 years ago? I kid you not. And can't believe it's been that long. We were asked back then to ask, the prompt was, what's your philosophy in education? Mine was that my classroom is always a safe haven for somebody to come in and feel like they can learn how to express themselves creatively, because in my opinion, every expression of the self is creative, in a world not meant or built for them. Lofty is as lofty does, Jenna. Literally, the comment that my professor gave back in regards to that assignment, I think it was literally the first class I took as part of those studies. This is a little woo-woo, don't you think? No. For K-12, it's a little woo-woo. For the world, it's what the world needs. It's the medicine I'm here to give. In So You Want to Be an Author Tuber VIP, we discussed about the importance of our ikigai, the intersection of what do we love, what can we make money from, and a couple of other questions that are kind of in that matrix. And for me, it all ends up being books. That's why tarot is so important to me, because tarot cards are just the individual pages of a book. It tells the story of the fool, or the hero, or the human condition. It's why I write the books I write. I am very, very obviously white. Most people would call me straight. Sure. Most people who consider themselves my specification of sexual preferences tend to be straight. I care more about your brain than I do about your body, is where I'm at. That's my sexuality. So, yeah. It makes sense I write what I write. My leading couple, enemies to lovers, one of them's got a hidden adoption, both of them want very little to do with their mothers. I write what I write for a reason. They have siblings who are might as well be their biological siblings, but they're family adopted. Because I grew up in a house that when we were younger, we were tight-knit siblings. I know what a tight-knit siblinghood looks like because I lived it. We fell apart the older we became because that's what trauma required us to do, unfortunately. So I know what it looks like from life to have to go Let me rephrase that, because I was going to say to have to go through it, but rather it's more like life is going through me. Story time! I'm sitting down, so you know it's story time. So about Dorothy Zbornak, most of you know that I am an avid Golden Girls fan to the stars, and if I have my say, when I become a grandmom one day, I'm going to be an Irish-American Merlin version of Sophia Petrillo, put it that way. You can see how much I admire the woman. Therefore, of course, I would also equally admire her daughter, Dorothy. I am an English teacher. Much like Dorothy says, I taught English literature. Symbolism was my life. Yeah. Oh my God. Dorothy, if you only knew how many times I would laugh at that quote in college at future me for it being true. You can stop laughing past me because you know it's for you too. Anyway, Dorothy Zbornak says in an episode, to recap slightly, she gets hired on by a former student of hers to work at his tech company as a trainer. And he knows it's a cushy job. Literally, the guys are supposed to come in, sit there, listen to her talk for a little bit, and then go spend the rest of the day on the company dime playing golf. She was all gung-ho to, as us teachery types are, teach. You know, I prepped the lesson plan. Let me share the lesson plan. I did my job. Let me finish it. And she gets very deflated. The job is cushy. It's the easiest teaching job she's ever had in her entire life. But she admits to this former student that while she is thankful that they were looking out for her, because she once upon a time did for them, she said her cutoff to help people effectively was probably approximately the 10th grade. For me, it's not so much an age, but a stage, okay? I wanted to go into teaching to help people learn to be unafraid, to express themselves at as young of an age as possible, and not everybody's ready to hear that message in middle school and high school. So that's why the transition into being who I am over the last couple of years with the career change has been crucial. That's why I'm enjoying this journey of finding, as the class I'm taking is called, my full-time purpose. My ikigai is books. Getting people to read them. But more importantly, it's storytelling. I know where it comes from. Why it's part of me. I'm Irish American. That Irish side of my family. We're storytellers. By genetics. Trust me. We're storytellers by genetics in many cultures. And I know that the type of magic I weave in my writing was gifted to me from a motherland that I've only ever dreamt of seeing. I want to see it more the more I write. Now, mind you, my books don't even take place at current in Ireland. They take place in every isle around except that one. Okay, let's get real. There is a book that I want to write. But first, before we get to "And her name was Malice," and how she became who she is, I want to go on a journey to continue helping as many, many, many authors as I can get in tap with the creative wellspring that lives in all of us. I'm very proud to do what I do. My cutoff is not an age. It is a stage, Dorothy. What is that stage? Any soul willing to admit that they deserve to live their authentic life. Any soul willing to commit to their craft, whether that be books, poetry, nonfiction writing of some kind, whether that be content creation for your social media, because trust me, you get used to it after a while. It takes a while to get used to. Taking off the mask, letting the world see the authentic who I am is going to be way easier. So my value proposition, my intention, let's just go ahead and admit, frizzy hair, problematic hair, flipping out, not doing what I want it to and all. My value proposition. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references, and I am proud and honored to walk alongside you as you learn how to express from here your soul without fear. Your story deserves to exist in this world. Your words need to be heard. And just like how the Lorax will speak for the trees, I will be a bard on behalf of my fellow bards and cheer you on, because you should have been taking care of yourself from the beginning. You should be modeling how you want us to cheer you on. I'm so excited for so many of you, and I cannot wait to see the journey we take together. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being part of this community and making it a little bit more your channel every single day.
Thank you to our lovelies on Reading Stories over at Amaranth's Library and the Myrna Private Collection. Whether you're a human ally, sunwalker, bard, songweaver, merry misfit, or more, thank you for subscribing to our ranks. We thank you for all you do to support us. Want to join our endeavors? Head over to reamstories.com/Myrna Private Collection. That's reamstories.com/MERNA Private Collection, all one word, where you can access all of my books and more long before they are available at retailers and vendors. Hope to hang out with you there soon.